Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince offers timeless insights into the nature of power, strategy, and human behavior in a world where corruption and manipulation run rampant. The Prince provides an essential guide for those seeking to understand how to navigate and triumph in hostile environments. Whether you're a leader, a strategist, or simply someone striving to succeed, Machiavelli's teachings help to sharpen your understanding of how to survive and even thrive in challenging situations. One of the most powerful concepts Machiavelli brings forth is the need to combine strength and cunning, exemplified by the analogy that one must be both a lion and a fox, strong enough to overcome enemies, but cunning enough to avoid their traps. In a world dominated by ruthless individuals, morality alone will not save you. In this context, we explore how one must adapt to survive, recognizing both the virtues and the dangers that power and strategy present. Machiavelli suggests that those who are corrupt will likely corrupt others. This cycle of manipulation perpetuates itself, with the unscrupulous using every trick in the book to bend others to their will. The lesson here is not merely to be aware of this behavior, but to recognize that, in such a world, one must be strong enough to resist it. To be strong, however, is not enough. You must be aware of the traps that others will set for you. As Machiavelli famously says, it is necessary to be a fox to discover the snares and a lion to terrify the wolves. This dual nature, being flexible and adaptable like a fox, while displaying the ferocity and strength of a lion, represents the key to successful leadership and survival. Depending on the circumstances, one must shift between these two approaches to remain effective. Machiavelli also points out that moral principles, while admirable, are not sufficient to protect oneself from those who lack morals. A person who abides strictly by moral codes may find themselves outmaneuvered by those who have no such restrictions. Corrupt individuals will use deceit, manipulation, and exploitation to their advantage. And if you aren't prepared to meet them on that level, you will inevitably be defeated. As Machiavelli stresses, the world is not a place where idealism can flourish. Unchecked, those who cling to moral purity without understanding the realpolitik of power will be crushed. Another crucial lesson is the need for constant preparation, even in times of peace. As Machiavelli writes, even in peace, one must train for war. The implication is clear. Complacency leads to downfall. When danger does arise, those who have prepared, who have kept their weapons sharp, their strategies refined, and their minds alert, will triumph over those who rested on the false security of peace. Always be vigilant. Always be ready, because your enemies will strike when you are most vulnerable. It is through daily discipline, through industriousness, that one remains poised for victory. One compelling historical example provided by Machiavelli relates to a military leader who rose to power through careful manipulation and force. This man, after gaining recognition for his military feats, used his newfound popularity to gather key government figures under the pretense of celebration. In a calculated move, he arranged for mercenaries to execute a surprise attack, slaughtering the officials in one swift and ruthless blow, leaving no room for resistance or recovery. This story illustrates a crucial Machiavellian principle. To seize power effectively, one must act decisively, striking with precision and finality. When eliminating opposition, do it quickly and completely to avoid future retaliation. Machiavelli contends that it is better to be feared than loved, but a prince must avoid being hated at all costs. Fear is a powerful motivator. It ensures loyalty when love falters. However, hatred will inspire rebellion, and even the strongest ruler cannot survive if the people rise against him. Therefore, one should enforce discipline and order without provoking unnecessary animosity. Machiavelli repeatedly emphasizes the importance of self-reliance in securing power. Relying on mercenaries or external forces may provide temporary victories, but true stability comes only from one's own strength. Leaders who depend on others to win their battles risk losing everything when those forces turn against them. A wise ruler, therefore, should always build and maintain an army of loyal subjects rather than outsourcing his defense to external parties. As Machiavelli notes, nothing is so unstable and weak as the power that is not held by one's own strength. In ruling effectively, Machiavelli advises that all necessary crimes should be executed at once, while any benefits should be distributed gradually. If harsh measures must be taken, they should be swift and decisive, causing the least amount of prolonged suffering, while rewards should be spread over time, so the people remember their ruler's generosity. A prince who carefully balances these acts will build trust, avoiding the resentment that continual offenses would generate. In The Prince, Niccolo Machiavelli explores the brutal realities of power and governance. His timeless advice continues to resonate because it strips away idealism, revealing the harsh dynamics that underlie human interactions and political control. Whether you aspire to lead a nation or simply navigate life's challenges, Machiavelli's insights into strategy, manipulation, and strength are invaluable. A prince or any leader must cultivate the duality of the fox and the lion. He must know when to be cunning, to anticipate traps, and when to strike with overwhelming force. Morality, while noble, is not a shield against those who lack it, and survival in such a world requires understanding when to bend or break the rules. Finally, self-reliance is the cornerstone of lasting power. Depending on others, whether for military support or political favors, places you in a precarious position. Those who rise and remain in power are those who build their strength from within, train in peace for war, and strike decisively when necessary. Only then can they truly rule, unshaken by external forces. The key takeaway from Machiavelli's work is the importance of understanding human nature and using the understanding to navigate complex social and political landscapes. Through this, a leader can not only survive but also secure enduring success. Machiavelli's teachings invite us to reflect on how we can apply these timeless principles in our own lives, whether in personal relationships, leadership roles, or broader societal structures.